My name is Thomas Brewer. I'm running for State Senate in District 29, which is all of St. Mary's County and the bottom third of Calvert County. As Eric stated, I am also definitely stepping out of my comfort zone for this. I do not like public speaking, but I see a lot of familiar faces here, so I don't feel too bad. I wrote a poem, so I'm going to read you all a poem that I wrote.
Oh, cool!
Some call me a millennial, but that's just another label. It supports the tribalism that we should avoid if we're able. I think we all need to come together and sit at the same table, or the future that we seek will be nothing but a fable. I believe we can find a lot in common if we just come together, and if we unite rather than divide, there's no storm we can't weather. But if we let those that profit from our bickering succeed, we'll never achieve the stable political environment that we need. Nobody likes unnecessary taxes or wasteful spending, and we all want to protect our freedom from ending. So I think we should focus on that which we can affect, which is why I hope you choose me to elect. I've experienced the absurd cost of higher education, and I've observed the lack of attention towards schools of vocation. There are great paying professional jobs in many a trade, paying HVAC, plumbing, and mechanic bills. You know they get paid. I often tell folks I graduated pharmacy school with a mortgage, just no house. Congress, lenders, and higher ed have been fat cats, and I was the mouse. College used to be affordable when I was a kid in the 80s, and I think we can get back to that for our young gentlemen and ladies. As a pharmacist, I've witnessed firsthand the state of modern healthcare as a source of physical, mental, and financial suffering for those that can't spare. For-profit, publicly traded insurance companies benefit the investing class wealth more than the beneficiaries that pay the premiums in hopes of maintaining their health. With the high cost of specialty care that is so necessary for the weak, those without means do not get what they need, and the outcomes are bleak. From mental health to cancer, from trauma to disease, the healthcare industry should be able to provide to all with ease. I went through the public school system and I came out on top, but that does not mean our investments in education should stop. I had a support system that made my success easy to achieve, and I think we should invest in those that lack the optimism to believe that anything is possible if you work hard and play the game, rather than being guilted for their shortcomings and dealt the blame. I was a kid that didn't require as much help from the school staff, but there are so many kids that deserve the opportunity to learn and to laugh. We should all be seen as an investment in the future of our land. Basic comforts and amenities in schools should not require a demand. If we make sure every kid believes that they have a shot at success, I believe the result will show more rising up and not less. In Southern Maryland, the environment is important in so many ways. I could go on about the ecological and economical benefits of protecting it for days. Supporting oyster restoration helps bring back the grasses, crabs, and rockfish, the food older generations enjoyed affordably back in the day, which is so delish. Having worked in restaurants, I've seen how much food gets wasted and tossed and thrown in the landfill to produce methane exhaust. That could be composted and spread on agricultural land, decreasing irrigation, pesticide runoff, and nutrient demand. We could be working so much smarter than we presently are. An efficient, sustainable future for everyone is not all that far. Technology is making a fossil fuel-free world within reach, but it also breeds laziness and apathy, which are hard to unteach. Then there's the frustrating amount of horrible traffic. Losing hours of the week makes folks understandably sick. We pay tens of millions in the gas tax toward transportation. Not getting it back from Annapolis is a source of frustration. So I ask that we step away from the present stage run by the hyper-partisan, for their ideals are as fake as reheating delivery pizza and calling it artisan. We can fund school safety and cognitive therapy for all. We can address the real problems. We can answer the call. I'm asking you to support my campaign through word of mouth to spread my platform from Charlotte Hall and St. Leonard down to Ridge in the South. I believe I'm a different type of politician to that which we've become accustomed. I want to be the type that people say, I know him, or my friend does, and I trust him. Because I do not have an agenda to benefit from the state Senate position, I want to call out those that seek to grab power or inflict legislative attrition. I believe that government is best when it protects the majority of the population, rather than helping to pick winners and losers in big business inflation. So I hope that you'll consider me on November 6th in the polls, and I hope you realize the importance of voting, one of democracy's greatest roles. If I have convinced even a single listener today to get out and vote, then I'll be content with what I have read today, this poem that I wrote. Thank you.